There are so many people online that like to advertise and lie about how well a product has worked for them, even if they haven't had the issue. There are people that just want to make bank, and I get that. But as somebody who has gone through their fair share of acne flare-ups, hyperpigmentation, whatever, it's very hard for me to trust someone online without feeling skeptical. What's with the people who have clear skin advertising themselves as somebody who has the issue? Because don't get me wrong, that end product, the clear skin, is the goal, and that would be great. But I don't believe that you have also had your fair share of flare-ups or whatever, enough to believe that this one product helped you. I don't. As somebody who has worked in the marketing and advertising space, believe you me, people lie. This might just be general knowledge and people might know, but I think we still need to shed light on the fact that people are vulnerable, people believe what they see online, and people trust those creators or those people enough to spend their own money on said products. When I'm doing this video, I'm thinking, look, I've gone through my fair share of issues, and I've also made the mistake of trusting people online, thinking that, you know, this product is going to work for me. Guys, the product in mind did half of the time, and this is just through research, half of the time, if you're Fitzpatrick 4, 5 and 6, it's very unlikely that the product would have the same effects as it does for somebody who's Fitzpatrick 1 or 2, and that's fair, very fair to fair tan, just a little, you know. And if you see results, it might take you a bit longer to see those results. So there is a disparity, and it kind of has to be addressed, because I don't feel like wasting my money. As a result of that, I've had to go through my own trial and error, and when I've had flare-ups in the past, trust me, I've just been so headstrong on I need to get rid of it. I'm not gonna lie, my friends did tell me to calm down. That was the one piece of advice I did take from them. They were like, hey, you're doing too much. But I understand that it takes a while to get to that point, and I understand that so one day it looks great, the other day it's acting up, and you know, as much as I want to be able to control that, it's definitely a journey. So whilst I'm on this journey, I've definitely picked up a few favorites of mine that have helped to control things to a standard or to a minimum. So without talking and rambling, let's just get straight into it. So the first product that I like to reach to when I'm having a flare-up is this Cruz acne treatment with 10% sulfur. When it comes to products, I'm quite heavy on ingredients as opposed to brand names. I could give a flying monkeys about the name of the brand. I'm just looking for ingredients. I'm somewhat of a skincare enthusiast. I used to have a written blog where I would literally document and write blog posts about skincare and stuff. So I've kind of understood, you know, sometimes when you see ingredients it ends in a certain way, or it might I kind of understand it. I'm not a scientist by any means, but it's just good to get somewhat of an understanding. There's a doctor on here, and she kind of breaks down how to read the back of products and the ingredients list. And if for example, a brand has advertised a product with a specific ingredient and the ingredient is at the bottom of the ingredients list, it means that any of that ingredient in there, and they're just really using it as a way to get your attention. Usually the ingredients would be higher up, so there's a higher amount of contents of that ingredient in the product. So that was the first thing. When I've had my flare-ups, I thought, that's it. Give me the harshest chemicals that you could find, because I need to, but that isn't necessarily the best way to go. And I can understand in the moment, you're desperate, you just want to fix it, especially if you've got somewhere to be the next day. Who wants to go around with a bump? Who wants to go around with a white bump? Just me, I've been there. But again, you don't necessarily need to go to that extreme. And in fact, if you start off with a mild product and then maybe work your way up, you'll be left with less issues to deal with after the spot has popped. So that's why I like to reach for this. And you use it as like a mask. So you get your face wet, put it on, leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then you wash it off. And because it's got sulfur in it, sulfur basically dries out the skin. And by drying out the skin, you're preventing the sebum, the infected sebum, from spreading. And then you go in to hydrate your skin to then control the amount of sebum that your skin will produce. And if it's got the hydration controlled, then the sebum should also be controlled. My second go-to and very trusted product is the Azealic acid by Dermtica. Now, I don't actually have the bottle with me because I haven't used it in a while. Azealic acid helps to reduce hyperpigmentation and flare-ups and acne. So I like that it does two things in one. And the bonus is that there's little to no irritation. That was something I used to overlook. I used to not care about the irritation part, but the irritation is the thing that I'm still left with even till now. As somebody who is, I'm probably Fitzpatrick number 6, which is like very deep to dark skin. Irritation on like fair skin would go red. Irritation on my skin goes black, like it gets darker. So those issues, those like darker spots, darker patches, are things that I'm still left with till now that I'm finding very hard to get rid of just by using these type of products, which means I would have to invest more money, more time, more resources into getting like medical grade treatments. I'm gonna need a dermatologist basically as the least irritating flare up or acne based treatment, especially if you want something like super fast. Yeah, that was another thing. It works on speed. So if, for example, I had somewhere to be on Saturday, I could use this on Thursday, and by Saturday it would have reduced for sure. Mild, and then the azelaic acid is like when you have somewhere to be pronto. Once you've dealt with the acne flare-up and you're left with the hyperpigmentation, then I have actually been using this. This is Hue by Dr. Honey. Yeah, Hue by Dr. Honey. And this is still quite new to me, so I don't have a testimony yet. But what I do like about this is it has like, I think around 6 or 7 tyrosinase inhibitors. It sounds a bit like, oh, what's going on? No, I'm not bleeding. It's just in a localized area where you have like that dark spot. It basically, you know, the melanin is hyper, it's overactive, it needs to calm down. When it comes to brightening the hyperpigmentation, I'm liking this so far, and I like it more because as somebody who has like the occasional flare-ups and has oily skin, basically this is like so it's a pump like this. I don't want to pump it because, you know, this is, I need to use this product, but you pump it like this. So it's in an airtight packaging, so it won't be affected by oxygen, meaning it won't go off quicker. But I like it even more because it's like in a gel form, like a gel consistency, compared to some other products that are like a bit more heavier and they're a bit like creamier. It doesn't work well with my skin, so I like this because I just prefer to use this at night, but it doesn't like affect my flare-ups. Like I know I'm not gonna get more spots when I use this. So yeah, at the moment I'm enjoying this. There's little to no irritation. I like the formula and I like the packaging. And this was made, again, something that's overlooked, but this was made for people with deep to dark skin, tan to dark skin. Like this was made for people who need the extra TLC. Okay, I know I said that this was a skincare like monthly favorites, but actually I don't want to go overboard with the skincare stuff, and to be honest, I would rather just wait a little while, you know, really sample some things and then keep you guys updated. So for those products that I've showed you, those are like my legit go-tos, like I stay going to them. But I'm gonna move on to hair. So as you can see, like I've changed my hair. This is a sew-in, and with sew-ins comes leave out. Well, at least in this situation, having leave out is no joke, because unless you And honestly speaking, unless you have like full hair, then I think it's even harder to like not manipulate or get heat damage from like straightening or just like blow drying your hair as often. Basically, it looks like this. So it looks like this, guys. The smell is nice. Like, it's like a very mild, like minty smell, but also like it leaves your hair really soft. And I'm not just saying that for the sake of it, but genuinely, as somebody who has had, you know, like straw, I've had straw like hair. It was so dry that yeah, I just didn't care. But I could definitely feel the difference since using this. And I use this on my leave out, and then I just blow dry my leave out. I don't want to straighten it all the time. But this is so good. It leaves your hair really, really soft. And yeah, I think the other thing is, I don't mind using commercial products. Again, I'm not against them, as long as what's been advertised or what's been claimed is legit. I was actually going to do a separate video on this because there's a lot of layers to it, but I think I'm going to briefly mention it here. But it's very apparent, and I have been very transparent with the fact that my hairline is on thin. I had really brittle edges. Like, that's the only way I could describe it. It was very faint, and even though I could see like a few hairs, generally it was like thin. And I remember I was doing like a sew-in not too long ago, and bro, like, because I left the front out, I was like, I'm just gonna brush it all back. Wow, guys, when I brushed it back, I got the shock of my life. My hairline genuinely was, and I said, no, hang on. Hey! Out of desperation, I was like, I need to do something. Like, I need to do something, because the castor oil, yeah, the head massages, yeah, the derma roller, yeah. But the thing is, truthfully, those things probably do work, but they might work better like in conjunction with one another. And also, you're forgetting that consistency is the one thing that will bring everything together. And when you're not consistent, results go out the window. Because of how much I was in shock, I'm not gonna lie, I did panic, because I was thinking, what have I done? Like, this is my... And you know what? I'm very detached from my hair. If you gave me shavers, I would shave my hair off right now. Yeah? I've learned to like detach myself from things. Hair being one of them. Like, it's nice to have, don't get me wrong, but I think I like the choice of having it. But also I can appreciate a face. I can appreciate that. Yeah, I did panic, and I was thinking, do you know what? No, I'm sorry, I'm not having this. So that's when I decided to buy Minoxidil, and I actually bought it on I bought it on the Clock app. There you go. And I bought this Kirkland, so I went from using it twice a day to once a day, and I still happen to have the hair. I've slowed down with it, but it's because I'm seeing the hair, so I'm getting gas, but I know I need to stick to my routine. And I started using this in around about April, May. And yeah, I've been pretty consistent with it. And I've gone through, so technically I've gone through one bottle. And then yeah, that's basically, so I think I'm still on one bottle. Because it's a liquid, it's not a foam. I just apply a few dots, massage it in, that is it. Lastly, and I know that this is really random, but I am not a sneakerhead. I just want them to be comfortable. That is literally it. Ask me about heels, we can talk. Mules, sandal heels, court heels, Manolos, Tom Ford padlock heels. Ask me and we can talk. But trainers, I don't know. I say all of that to basically show you guys my purchase of the month. So ever since I was young, like, I've always wanted these. I don't know, I think they were discontinued. couldn't find them. So these are the Nike Air Rift trainers. They're just so cute. Like, first of all, I love the colour because it's not black and boring. It's blue and yellow. I love the primary colours. And then it's got this toe divider. But yeah, I really like these. And yeah, I think that these are like perfect for, well, it was really good for summer. I only really wore them once. Because you know when like you wear trainers and like sometimes your feet get really warm? I hate that. But with these, that wasn't happen. They're breathable, they're comfortable. If you have wide feet, I think it works well as well. Yeah, these are like my favourite purchase of the month for me. So that concludes the video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was useful and resourceful in some way, shape or form. And yeah, just let me know what you guys think and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye.